I'm Susie Roberti, and welcome to Let's Talk Tail Waggers. We have two lovely lady guests today and two lovely little puppies today. So, before I get started, I would like to say thank you to my camera person. Thank you, Dave. You know, BPTV's all volunteers, and you are more than welcome to come up and learn how to use cameras. Just visit, or maybe try doing a show. But it's a wonderful little corner of the world. So now I am going to introduce Susie Smith's here.
Yes, I'm back.
Pets for U.S. Vets. Very important lady, and thank you for coming today.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
And now our real special lady today. Special. She's from the Washington Area Humane Society. Her name is Lynette, and she has brought us two little babies today. This is the mama, and this is the baby.
Aww.
And when they found them, they were kind of really a mess. But this little one here, as you can see,
she's quite comfortable now.
She's comfortable, happy, and I'm going to stay here. And Ginger, she's looking over at Lynette because she kind of knows Lynette a little bit more than Susie.
Says, hi, Lynette.
Yeah. So, welcome to Let's Talk Tail Waggers.
It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me and letting me showcase some of our adoptable animals.
Yes. I'm so very glad to meet you. So now, you've just started. How do you like it there?
Oh, I love it. It's really, it's a great organization. It's a great field. I mean, I love working with the animals. So it's a pleasure to be there and to be able to help them and come out and promote them and let the community know who we have, what we do, and what it is that we're all about there.
I bet you it makes you feel really good when one gets taken home, huh?
Absolutely. We had one there that's been there for about over a year.
Wow.
And recently in the last couple of weeks went home. And so you know that they're waiting just for that perfect home, however long it takes. So.
Yeah. This little one here is just sinking down as she's going.
She's probably going to fall asleep there.
She's just little tiny, and she's just ready to go to sleep.
Now her name's Sugar,
and she's the mom.
That's Ginger.
And this is Ginger.
And she's the mom. So we're hoping if you see this show that you can take both of them, and they are dear, very dear and sweet and loving little girls, and
two little girls.
They really and truly need a home.
Their hearts are broken right now.
You can tell their mama died.
Mommy died.
Their live mama, people mama died. And then they were given to some people to take care of them, and they didn't do a very good job. So they brought them to the Washington Area Humane Society, and they got them all cleaned up and their hair cut. Their ears were all matted, right?
They had their nails were longer. It's just, you know, some people aren't sure how to, and poodles take a lot of maintenance. Mm-hmm. You both know.
High maintenance?
Yes, very high maintenance. So they got out of maintenance a little bit, so now they've gotten spiffed up, and Petco took care of them. They actually did an initial grooming.
Beautiful
that really
job
got them.
Of cleaning
and if you could tell, but their little nails are gold and pink. They painted her.
We love Deanna at Petco in Washington. She does so much for the animals.
Yes, she's absolutely precious. So we were talking about the Pets for U.S. Vets, and that is through the Washington Area Humane Society.
It is.
Susie Smith is the founder,
yes,
and she has worked so very hard finding homes and raising money. Special lady.
And guess who was my partner in the endeavor? Of course. We have been promoting this on the TV shows since 2010. We did 3 large dog parties that raised close to $30,000 for the Veterans Fund, so that our local veterans don't have to pay adoption fees. So if you are a veteran, these 2 little girls are really waiting, and there's plenty more down there if poodles aren't your type. But these little girls, if you have allergies, poodles are really good for people who have allergies.
If you have a number, what is it? How is it for the service people?
Oh, bring your DD-214 down to the Washington Area Humane Society if you're a local U.S. veteran. And you can adopt at no charge, and just tell them that the Susies sent you down there. And please, if you can do something for the Veterans Fund to raise money, feel free to do that also. Just check with Lynette, the program coordinator, and she'll set you up and let you know what you can do.
Or if you would even like to send some donations down.
Send a donation.
Yeah, for that, or to the Humane Society. Don't forget them too.
The general fund, yeah.
Yeah, the general fund. And how many have you adopted out for the U.S. vets?
So far this year, 33.
33
animals went to veterans, and they also get a year of care through the medical care. So that's a free for the clinic care. They get 1 year membership to the clinic care, so they can come and bring the animals in. And
it's working.
Yeah.
We love our veterans, and we know that
we do.
Every day that we're safe, it's because of our veterans, and so we want to give back. And that's
it just makes me so very happy that we do have the Washington Area Humane Society to work through. You know, because they're the ones that do all the work, and they're the ones that take care of these guys down there, so that you can come down and adopt one for free. And Susie and I always say it's a broken heart for a broken heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You meet up.
Yeah. And I'm hoping with all of my heart and soul, I'm going to say prayers and prayers. Yeah, that these two little guys get adopted together. And what, you want to go over there and see her? Yeah, you want to go over
there. They like
Lynette. Yeah, but this one really wants Lynette.
She's looking.
So
what? She says, "There's Lynette. I know her."
Come on.
There you go, sweetie.
So how did you come to be at the Washington Area Humane Society?
Well, I was in the animal welfare industry prior to that, and I had read about the need that they were looking for a director of development, marketing, and events, and so that's my passion. So I applied, and here I am. I started in the summer, and there've been some changes in management, so it's really taken a good swing, and we're doing a lot of great things there at the shelter. So come on out. We've just simple things. We've just repainted the lobby. So simple things that we want to make people feel welcome and know that they're coming in and getting a new family member.
Yes, and what's really nice is to know that they're checked over.
They are. They get complete check.
They're pretty much socialized.
Yeah.
People take time with them.
They do. Our staff, our volunteers, they evaluate and see if they get along well with other animals.
Now she's looking at me. I have my girl.
Yeah, I'm with Lynette now.
You're silly.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
but
to
you
interrupt.
took her out of there this morning. You bailed her out.
I bailed her.
I didn't mean to interrupt you,
okay.
but she is looking back. She's so dear. Now, what are your plans for down there? Do you have like any goals that you would like to fulfill while you're there?
Well, absolutely. Fundraising is one of my main goals. So we're always looking for ways to connect with businesses, the community. We're 100% community funded. So we don't receive any funding from the county, government,
and that is
state.
something that no one understands.
Right.
And I have said that. I have been representing and talking about them since I've had my show. That it's just people giving money, coming down, volunteering their time, and keeping that little place open, and the veterinarians, they even volunteer their time.
They do, and they offer discounts to the different veterinarians when we have some major things that have to be done. They'll do discounts on certain things for the shelter, and they really help us out when possible. So it's really amazing, and it's just all community.
It's just all community. It really is.
And we're established in 1906, so that's a lot of years of community help.
I didn't realize it was 1906.
1906, so over 100 years, the Humane Society's been in Washington County taking care of the animals. It's been a long haul.
And they take care of moo cows.
Birds.
Birds, horses.
Rabbits. I've seen rabbits.
Yeah.
Now, it's mostly dogs and cats. Sometimes they come in through humane cases, some of the other animals, but we definitely have the dogs and cats available for adoption.
Now, do you, you have lots, like you say, you have lots going out, but at the same time, is it still coming back in? Has it gotten any better, or are people still letting their animals breed?
Well, it's a mix. You know, some months we just had them, a month or a couple weeks rather, a couple weeks ago that we had a lot of empty kennels, but it fills right back up.
As fast.
It's just as fast. You know, we had a lot of really great adoptions, and then had a little bit of a break, but then before you knew it, we had animals back in there, and they come from all over. They come from our dog warden, our humane officer. Strays come in. They're surrenders. Like, these were considered surrenders.
Yeah.
So they just come through all sources, and we're a no-kill shelter, so we have a limited capacity for them.
See, that's why people don't understand that.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
People do not understand that they get upset because they keep breeding animals, and they want to take their litters to the Humane Society. And they talk to me, well, I can't get my animals in there. And I just, it's simple. It's common sense. If you thought that 4 million animals were getting put to sleep every single year because there weren't enough people, would you keep breeding cats and dogs?
No.
You wouldn't. Well, there are. That's the number. It's 4 million per year.
A lot.
It's tragic. It's tragic.
So we need to get that across, like spay and neuter, and let's empty
And
that.
And what is so hard about having that done? If you're going to get, even at the Washington Humane Society, they'll help you with that, correct?
We do have low-cost spay and neuter programs. Right now, we actually have a really nice program for cats, a colony cats, what they consider feral cat colonies, where you can work with a program we have in place to get those cats spayed and neutered, vaccinated, and re-released. Because feral cats are one of those tricky things. You can't adopt them out. Nope. They're wild cats. They can't, for the most part, be socialized. Every so often you'll get one.
And do you give cages? Do you give the cages? Do you have cages that you give?
We do have some traps that you can catch them and rent them from us, and then bring them back.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
We did that one year up on Industrial Boulevard, and we caught probably 7 or 8. And there was a dear lady here in Bethel Park that you would call her, and she'd come right away, and then she'd keep them until she got enough to take them down. And I think it was down to the Pittsburgh Humane Society, somewhere in Pittsburgh. And they had a line of volunteers, and they would give them a shot, and make them relax. And then they had a real long table, and boy, they'd just take them out of the cages, and everybody would check their, one person checked their toes, cut their toenails, another person would
a little conveyor.
Just pass them to another person.
It is an operation, because it's very important to get those animals spayed and neutered and re-released, again, because they are important to the environment. They do keep down
the
rodent population.
Good point.
And they do, as long as you're managing those colonies and making sure that they're not reproducing and having, another 30 kittens every year. So it's really important to get that done. And a lot of times they'll knock their ear. If you ever see a cat with a little
notch
in its ear, that means it's already been processed, it's already been spayed and neutered, and has been taken care of.
Well, it works very well for up.
It does. You see the numbers.
In Roberti's Auto Body, because there were so many of them up there on Industrial Boulevard in Bethel, and that's we did, and we were. It was so beautiful, still is, that because they didn't have babies.
Right.
You'd see them,
right?
But and we'd leave food out for them in the winter when it gets we call it stinky, and another whatever, But it's just wonderful because you just don't have the babies, and it just breaks your heart.
It does. And as we head into the winter months, there's some really good websites for tips on how to handle those colonies and how to keep them warm and fed. And it's alleycatallies.org is a wonderful website.
Alley Cat
Allies, ALLIES.org.
Okay.
They have some really great tips on how to manage, and that's a good program too. They really promote that trap, spay, and neuter, and release.
When you mentioned the like the weather coming up, this bothers me every year because I just want to beg people out there, please, if you're in the market for a pet, please go to the Washington Area Humane Society. It gets really lonely down there when it gets dark at 5 o'clock, and volunteerism kind of cuts back, what I've noticed over the years, because people start to hibernate and it's hard to get out after dark. So please, if you're thinking about adopting a dog or cat, now's the time to go to the Washington Humane Society.
And even if you're thinking about taking time to go down and walk them, which I have said on my show 100 times, and there's nothing in the whole wide world. One time in my life, I lost someone very dear to me, and I was not handling it very well, and a friend suggested that I go down to the Washington Area Humane Society and take the dogs for a walk. Never gave that a thought. Went down and walked them, and I'll tell you, when you're done, they're so grateful,
They are.
and it just takes your whole mind off of everything. You know, you
Very
feel bad
relaxing.
because you have to put them back in the cage again, but at least
They got out.
they got out and got some fresh air.
We have dog yards. You can go in the yards and let them just
Yeah.
run and play and throw a tennis ball or run
Yeah.
with them, whatever
Yeah.
level of activity you want to with them. But it gives them a chance to just get out and have some fun and do some play groups. Some of the dogs get to get along really well together, and putting two of them in a yard and letting them play is a lot of fun.
Well, I was just past there this morning about 8:30. I was down in front of the Humane Society.
jealous?
And there were walkers
Everything
out
jealous.
there already. I saw a real pretty brindle, like a little boxer mix out there
Yeah.
walking. Very pretty. Some hound dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got
a
hound
nice
dogs
big
out
hound
there.
dog.
Now, what's the
Good
pit
mix.
bull?
We have quite a few, and we actually had some recently dropped off again. We had the HSPCA broke up a fighting ring with some of these pit bulls, and this was down in the south. So these dogs traveled up here, and they are some of the
Nicest dogs.
nicest
Well, sure
dogs.
they are. They've had their spirit destroyed.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
We just took two to
kindness.
a school yesterday with kids, and
I saw the picture. I
Weren't
shared
they
it
great?
on Facebook. Yeah, that was
they
really
were the
pretty.
most loving little dogs. I've said that these are some of the best dogs that I've seen, no matter what the breed. They're just so well mannered and so good natured and get along with kids and dogs, and they were really rehabbed very, very well.
Yeah, they do,
So,
because their little hearts are broken.
yeah.
I think
you know.
someone found a new home.
Look at
And
that.
look at their hair.
Yeah.
Say poor Aunt Susie can't take another no more.
Well, I wanted to point out, too, in November, it's Adopt a Senior Dog Month, and these ladies are both seniors. This one's Ginger's 9 and Sugar's 11.
Oh, and
So-
somebody's got to
Maybe we could go down and get
adopt 'em.
adopted.
You think we could? We're
Senior
seniors.
Pet Month. And we are discounting all our senior pets. It's going to be half off their adoption fees. So we really want to encourage these guys, especially
You know,
in the winter
and
and the
they
cold months.
do have to charge you a fee because they're so much so.
Oh, the
heating-
overhead, my gosh. Yeah.
Heating the place just alone in the wintertime, and the food. It's just you could never believe how much it costs down there, and they really do have to charge you something.
See, she wants me
go
back.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does. She wants Aunt Sue.
Do you want to go over here? Do you want to go over?
I don't think so. I think she's quite content.
We have to change. We have to change everybody around. Make sure they're comfortable.
Pretty
Yeah.
comfy there.
So, are you planning? I hope to stay for a while.
I am planning. Yes, absolutely. And because we have so much still to do. We have a lot of events coming up. We're going to do pictures with Santa again this year. So bring the
And
kids,
that is
bring the
hysterical.
Oh, let's go.
Yes. Yep.
The pictures
It's going to
of
be
Santa.
December 13th at Bud Bear, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to be there most of the day taking pictures. And
Yeah, that's hysterical.
I want to go.
they provide Santa, and we provide the backdrop and all the fun activities. We'll have activities for the kids and the family, and so that'll be fun. And we're going to be at the Pet Expo in Pittsburgh, the 14th, 15th, 16th at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center.
Our friend, that guy with the birds, will be there.
I'm sure he's always there.
Yeah,
We've seen him before, and he's great.
He's a terrific guy.
He's great. He's given us some tips and hints at the shelter before, because we'll get all sorts of calls, and some of them are about animals that we don't necessarily keep at the shelter. So
Bird guy will let you know.
Bird guy, he keeps us informed.
Look at her looking at you.
She gave me lots of kisses when she came over there. No,
You're okay.
She's fickle. She's with me, and she looks at you.
I know. Hard to get girl.
Yeah.
You just so long, please, with all my heart and soul, these little guys here just really do need a home. And I've never begged before, ever, but I am now. And if you can take both of them, please do, because you just have somebody just sitting on your lap and loving you, keeping you warm all winter.
They're pretty low maintenance as far as their needs.
They're dear and sweet.
They're older. They've got, they're pretty well behaved in the house, and they're waiting for somebody to take them and let them live out their golden years.
And they just need a little blanket to wrap up on the couch.
Yeah.
But if you would adopt a senior dog at the Washington Area Humane Society or a senior cat, you will be blessed, because senior animals there's just something really special about these guys. They've seen a lot.
There's your mom.
They've seen so much in their
lifetime. Yeah, they have. And like these two little guys, losing their mama, that they had from the time that they were little, because this one's mommy, and then they have to be moved from there to someplace else, and then moved to
the shelter.
Are we going over?
Are you coming to me?
Are we coming over to Lynette now? Is it her turn?
Okay.
Like, are we going down the conveyor belt here?
There you go.
So what other kind of things are we going to be doing down there? Activities?
We have a lot of it. We just had a wine tasting, and we really want to do that again. It was at J&D Winery, and they were wonderful with us. So we'd like to do that again in the spring. Planet Bounce did a wonderful fundraiser with us. We want to do again in January.
Is that in Bridgeville?
That's right next to the North Strabane Fire Department.
Oh, okay.
So the fire department was wonderful. They brought out their trucks and let kids put out fires, and it's a really fun fundraiser. And
she wants Lynette.
You know what? These two don't like. They're going to have to be adopted together.
Well, that's what we said.
Yeah.
We can absolutely. If somebody is only able to take one, we certainly want them to get the home as soon as possible.
Yeah.
But it is, they kind of have bonded, so they're.
It would be so good if you could take both. I mean, one could go, but
Mama's not going nowhere.
But you can see how she. But again, if right now they're nervous because they don't have their home, and they might be able to be okay separated, but. She sure loves her mom, though.
She just watches.
Yeah,
to see
and
where
they are
she's
kenneled
go.
together. They're in the same kennel together, so they're together overnight and all day. So sometimes they have a little Golden Girls moment, and they
are you Dorothy?
have a disagreement. So, but otherwise they do well together.
I saw a video the other day on the computer about a goat that was rescued, and it wouldn't eat. And he just laid in the corner. But it turned out he had a donkey with him for years. So they had to go states away and find this donkey in another shelter. And once they got him together,
they were fine.
That
happens. That really does. The animals do have a bond, and sometimes it's an unusual bond. We've seen cats and dogs and goats and donkeys and even birds. They'll really bond with another animal.
Now, one of my little bird is bonded to my coonhound Hoppy, and I have a picture of them sitting on the chair together, and I don't think he likes her as well as she likes him.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's not mutual.
But she hangs around him a lot, so.
We have a lot of cats right now. We just had a lot of kittens ready to be fixed.
If you have any kitties.
We do have some kittens. We have some older cats that are looking for their homes too. So we can house about 150 animals, and so we're pretty full right now.
150?
150 total animals, and about 65 dogs and 80 cats. I said, I hope that adds up.
If you don't understand what's going on, at the Humane Society, if you've wondered why they can't take my litter in again this year, or things like that, everybody needs to go down to the shelter and just volunteer for a day, and I can guarantee
Wonderful idea.
I think all kids in school, I think from grade school on, should be made to go through the Humane Society and see.
And we do have orientations twice a month on Saturdays. Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, the second and fourth Saturday of every month is our orientation at the shelter. We do require that you do go through an orientation so you can see what it is we do and where, how to let a dog out, how to let them back in. And you have to be 12 to walk a dog with a parent, and 18 to walk one independent. 18 and over, you can walk them independently. And if you're under 12, you can go from 10 to 12, you can work with the cats and socialize them, play with them. Oh, they love it. And
I think
groom.
I think taking them like a little field trip to walk through so that they can, and make sure they're old enough, what grade, maybe fourth or whatever, but to understand that this is what happens. You just don't go, mommy, 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 I want a puppy, I want a puppy, I want a puppy. So then, birthday or Christmas rolls along. And they just go get them a puppy and bring them home. And mommy has to, if mom stays home or if nobody's home, it raises itself.
Right.
And it's a real thing that you have to sit down and really talk about doing.
Yes. Absolutely.
And at Christmas time, you get a puppy and you bring it home, and then you have to run over grandma's or you go over to the aunts. And when you bring a puppy home, now these guys here, they're housebroken, so they'll just have to get, they'll have to get to know where the door is and things like that. But when you bring a little puppy home, you really and truly have to spend and dedicate your time every second and watch and learn the signs that little one will give you that it's time to potty.
Right.
Because if you keep missing these times that it might circle or whatever, that they can't talk, but they can use sign language.
Yeah. People have even taught their dogs to ring a bell.
Oh yeah,
my guys ring bells.
Yeah. It's great. And there's a lot of ways to train them and good tools to use.
It is very important that you dedicate the family to that. So wait till after Christmas. When and if you have a puppy picked out, then you just ask the
10.
Oh, okay.
2.
It's time to go already. I can't believe it.
I went fast. I can talk about animals all day.
I know. Thank you, sweetie.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you from all the tail waggers. Just thank you. And you'll come back lots.
Oh, I would love to.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Can you make up a poster of current animals?
That have got adopted and let us know?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
We have them all on our website.
And guess what?
What?
Thank you.
Thank you for having me on the show. And we just love these two little girls. Oh, my gosh.
These two ladies here are special, special, special people.
This one's special.
Nah. Yeah. The work that they do is such hard work, believe me, and time and dedication. And if you could, if you know somebody that would like, these little guys probably have to potty. If you know someone that would like to have two little, a mommy and a daughter.
Two little purebred poodles.
Yeah, little poodles. Please give the Washington Area Humane Society a call. And like always, I want to say, I love you. I do. You're special people out there to me. I enjoy meeting you and the lovely things that you say to me. Sometimes make me want to cry. But you are a wonderful community, and I am so very, very happy that I get to do this show. Thank you. And most of all, thanks from all the tail waggers.